Hi, I'm Pam Damour, the Decorating Diva, and I'm really excited to be teaching Zentangle at the ASG National Conference. So join me on July 27th, Thursday, for an all-day class. We're going to have so much fun. This class it's life-changing. It really is. I'm going to just show you a few things that you're going to do. You may think it's hard. It's not. It's super, super easy, and it is so much fun, and it's so good for your brain, because Zentangle kind of resets your brain for creative work. And it's really good for people with ADHD or people who have trouble sleeping at night. It's really good to make your brain just slow down. So I'm going to show you some of the samples that I'm going to show you in class. I make several quilts actually made with Zentangle blocks, and they're just to show you a few. Here's one. So all these blocks inside, all these little, I guess they're octagons, they're all Zentangled, hand-drawn on fabric. I've got another one here. I've got one behind me on the wall, you can see. And I've got another one here. Okay, so all these blocks were drawn on the fabric. Debbie, I got Debbie here behind camera. Debbie, let's go over to the table and I'll show you some more up close. So here's a hummingbird. We're going to actually do this hummingbird in class, and I'm going to do a little demo for you. But there's a hummingbird. These are embroidery designs that are going to come with your class kit. Here's a turtle. Now it looks hard, but it really, folks, it isn't hard. It's so easy. When you see this, it's going to blow you away. Here's a butterfly. Okay. Here's another design that comes with with your kit. These are all embroidery designs. So if you have an embroidery machine, you'll have access to all of these. These are some different daisies, some 3D daisies, and I embroidered underneath it. I did double embroidery. And then you saw the quilt on the wall. So let's go over to the drawing table. Part of your kit will include my book, The Tangled Home, and we'll actually work from this book. So in the book, there are several designs. Let me get to the designs here. Several designs, step by step by step. There's just pages and pages of designs that we will do with inspiration. And then the rest of the book is filled with ideas of what you can make once you've learned how to do the drawing. There's quilts, there's pillows, there's all kinds of accessories, there's an apron, there's all kinds of fun stuff and all kinds of great techniques. And then the embroidery designs are on the CD in the back of the book. So here's just some ideas. You're going to get enough squares in your kit to make, in your kit, your class kit, you're going to get enough squares to make a quilt. So here's one that's almost done. I have 2 more sections to fill in here. Here's another one. This is done heart shape here. And then this one, I've just kind of filled the whole block. Okay. I also will have lots of inspiration to show you. So I've got my inspiration book here. And this is what I do with my blocks after I finish them. And that way, before I put them into a quilt, that way they stay nice and tidy. And you can see some of these are embroidered, like this butterfly was embroidered, and I haven't quite finished that one, but this is a design that I did in class. And here's a frame that I can put a picture in or put something else inside. And I do some of these with different colors. Just an idea of this stuff that we will do in class. And I know it seems like overwhelming, but it really isn't. You're going to see just a minute. I've got a hummingbird I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. But just all kinds of fun stuff. And you can look through this in class and get some ideas from this too. So the fun thing about this class is we are going to actually start out with an embroidered hummingbird. That's embroidered, just the outlines, okay? And then when we finish, we're going to be able to add crystals. Isn't that going to be fun? And then we'll get to make some quilt blocks and have some just open drawing time. But it's going to be a great class. This class is so relaxing. It's a great way to start conference because you're going to have just a really wonderful time. You'd be surprised how fast the day goes on when you do this. So we start with this drawing mat here, and that also comes with your kit. Your kit is loaded with tons of stuff. Like I said, you're getting this $30 book, you're getting the mat, you're getting the fabric, you're getting the pens. We're going to start out drawing on paper, and then I'm going to show you how to do it on fabric. And doing it on fabric is a little trickier, but I'm going to show you the trick. So let's just open a pen here, and I'm going to show you a little bit on what to do on this bird. So what I do sometimes is I will just open the book up to a page and do one that's on that page. So let's see. Okay. So I'm going to do I'm gonna do this one. That's a good filler. Okay, that's called Be Light. So we're gonna do that one. So the easy part with this is it's just as easy step by step. I'm gonna find a place to put my book down here. So we're gonna start out. I'm gonna start out with my red friction pen because this is a pen that when I iron it, it's gonna disappear. And so I'm just gonna kind of just do some lines. And these are just gonna be, just gonna kind of draw a grid. Draw a grid here on the bird's belly. Okay. And then go the opposite way. And I'm putting a little curve into it. And if I don't like my lines, I can just iron them and redraw them. Not a big deal. Then once I get lines that I do like, I'm going to take my pen that comes in my kit. This is a dual tip pen. So this big tip we use for filling in big areas, but we don't use this for drawing. You want to use a small tip for drawing. And I'll remind you all of this in class. So we're going to draw some lines, and I might change them just a little bit because I want to make them maybe a little more even. But even if they're not even, it's not a big deal. Okay. And then I'm going to draw this. Now, these are permanent pens, but you do need to heat set them before you wash. Now, you can see there's kind of two sets of lines happening there. So I can just take my iron and I can just touch that a little bit right there and get rid of those marks. Okay. So now I just see my black marks. Now my next step is to draw a little, like a little quarter, like a quarter corner in there, just to draw that in. So I'm going to draw that in. You can pick any corner. So I'm just going to pick this little bottom corner right here. I'm going to draw that in, fill it in. And the thing is, if you make a mistake, you just keep going because once you get done, you won't even notice it. And that's kind of the cool part. So the whole process of this, it's a sort of like it's considered a meditative art form. And what's really good about it is it's very relaxing for your brain, but also kind of trains your brain for creative work and helps boost your creativity. If you're a machine quilter, it also helps with your muscle memory. So you can use this to help develop your machine quilting skills. So that's another good reason to try this. I became certified to teach in 2012, in June of 2012. And I still do a lot of it at home. I don't teach a lot of it, but the guild management thought this would be a really fun class to offer everybody. So then our next step is to do some curved lines. Okay. Now these curved lines, what we're going to do is I'm going to just tilt this a little bit here. I'm going to do curved lines that kind of echo this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a break in them. And by doing a break, and I'm just bringing the picture up closer when you see this picture right here with them. See, by doing a break in them, it kind of makes it look three-dimensional, doesn't it? See how that curve does? Yeah, Debbie's even agreeing here. So I'm going to do a curve line, and I can just make the curved lines plain if I want to. And I can go here, go a little closer with this camera. Let me get a little bit closer here. That's good, right? So I can do a curved line, and then if I want to break it, that kind of gives it like a little highlight. Okay. And then I'll do that with the others. And sometimes I'll do the break in a different place. And we'll just go like that. Now I think I'll probably do a little shading here where I did the feathers and the little bubbles here. I'm just going to do a little shading in here. A little shading around the feathers. So I hope you'll join me in New York City at the ASG National Conference for a fun day of Zentangle, calling it Stitch, Tangle, and Bling. I will have done the stitching for you. We're going to do some Zentangle, and then we're going to add some crystals, and then we're just going to have a really fun time. You'll have enough you'll have enough supplies to make a quilt top if you want to. We're also going to have the a big piece like this that could be made into a pillow to match, or it could be the center of your quilt, whatever you decide. But we're going to have a lot of fun, or you could just put it in a notebook like I do and enjoy it later. So thank you. I'm Pam Damour, and I look forward to seeing you at the American Sewing Guild.